Hey there, Darren. Late at night, eyes starting to shut, but I did my time. 22 minutes, day 157, and read more from Sid's book. That's what it looks like. This chapter I'm reading is on the midpoint, and I know, I should be writing, but I'm not writing. Late at night, not a good time to write. But this was interesting on the midpoint where um, Sid said that when he used to start teaching his class, he would do 8 weeks on plot point one. They would write plot point one. They would take a break, and then they would write plot point two. And he said what would happen was the creative juices and everything were going with the people who were writers, and during the break, they actually continued to write into chapter two or plot point two, but they really didn't know what to write and or how to write it. So when they were trying to just go on their own without the structure, they were like all over the place, which makes sense. Um, and he said what he was trying to do is figure out how to teach people how to write plot point two, and it's a mega plot point, or excuse me, a mega scene, mega act, mega act, because it's 60 pages. It's the basis of the whole movie. So to just write that um, by itself can be challenging, obviously. But he said without the direction and having a structure within that mid act two, it made it kind of an overwhelming task. And he said that he was studying a few films and stumbled upon that something major happens right in the middle of scene two. Excuse me, right in the middle of act two. And when he went back and dissected several movies, he realized it was right in the middle. So he is now talking about finding that midpoint. Finding the midpoint in the whole movie, which is also in the middle of Act 2. And then assuming, though I haven't got to it yet, he's going to talk about writing to that point, which makes sense. And I'm very clear what that is for my film. So this is great reinforcement. Understanding why is amazing. But also having my answer and being clear, thanks to the hero's journey that I plotted out. This will be good. So, good insight into finding the midpoint and why. And I also remember back to Blake saying you want to, have these different islands and then right up to the next island and right to the next island, which is the structure. So, I made some progress today on Labor Day. How about you? What are you going to do today before you go to bed to make sure you're making progress towards your goal? Stage time.